We got 2 minutes to the wind down. Thank y'all for coming tonight. I'm excited about tonight, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Thank y'all for coming. 2 minutes to the wind down. What's up, Angel? Hey, I hope y'all got y'all drinks because tonight is gonna be definitely a great night. So make sure you fill up your glass. You got 2 minutes. Hey, tonight the word is business. Every time you hear the word business, make sure you go ahead and take a drink out your glass. Tonight is going to be a good night. Hey, Portia. We done started watching you tell me earlier. Angel said she started. Hey, tonight on the wind down, it's going to be a good time. I'm so excited. I have a good friend of mine, somebody who I've known for a very long time. He's going to come and share some of his business secrets and how he got his business off the ground. Again, we keep it real at the wind down. I've known Earl for, I couldn't even remember where exactly I met him. But he's just a regular guy who started a regular business and blew it up. So I'm really excited to have him on tonight. He is our first business expert for the wind down, and I'm lucky that he decided to spend his night with us. But we ain't gonna kick it off with him. We got some more stuff to talk about, but I hope y'all already brought y'all questions, and I hope y'all got y'all glasses full. Put it in the chat. What y'all drinking tonight? If y'all drinking tonight, throw something in the chat. Doctor told me I can't drink for a couple weeks, so I'm gonna be on my Gatorade Zero again tonight. But every time you hear the word business tonight, make sure you got your glasses charged and you ready to take a drink. Angel, you live around the corner. You can still come if you want to. I mean, keep it real. But I ain't gonna pressure you. That's between you and Nina. So, ladies, it's been a crazy week. We got a 4-day weekend coming up. Anybody doing anything good this weekend? Put it in the chat if you got plans this weekend. I know y'all normally see Layla. She's a huge Wind Down Wednesday person. She's normally here every week, but she is getting married this weekend, so we're gonna go and celebrate with her. If you see Layla next weekend, please make sure you give her some love. She's been waiting on this love for a while, so we'll be going to Vegas. It's about that Henny tonight. Yes, I like it. Put rosé. Angel said she got some rosé. She got time. Charles said he drinking Henny tonight. But yeah, we'll be in Vegas this weekend. What y'all doing this weekend? It's a 4-day weekend. If y'all doing something, put it in the chat. And if you ain't doing nothing but chilling, that's cool too. That's cool too. Put it in the chat how you enjoying this Veterans Day weekend. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. I'm proud to have served. I'm proud to be retired. But I'm proud that I can say I served for 20 years. It's a lot of veterans on. Happy Veterans Day, love. Mika, Angel, Portia. Kiana says she'll be at the military ball. I know that's going to be a good time. Make sure you send some pictures. Nina, happy Veterans Day. Javita, Portia, Danita, happy Veterans Day. Carlina, Chuck, happy Veterans Day. Yes, Erica, happy Veterans Day. Toya, thank you guys for your service. Happy Veterans Day. Drea, she finally made it to the wind down. I've been on her. How y'all spending y'all wet Veterans Day? Y'all got y'all drinks full? Yeah. So, ladies, it's been a crazy week in the news. Y'all know I try to stay up to date on what's happening in this urban world. Trina says she working this weekend. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you all for your service. But I got a question for y'all, and I need some crowd participation tonight. Don't leave me hanging. We got Earl here. Earl is ready to share some big, good knowledge with you guys. So don't leave him hanging. I'm getting ready to set up to invite him so he can log on whenever he is ready. Let me see. There we go. Y'all know I'm not used to having to do all myself, but hey, I'm here right now. So, ladies, I got a question for y'all as we get wind up for the speaker of the night. What would it take for a man to encourage you to tattoo his name on your face? I repeat, what would a man have to do to encourage you to tattoo his name on your face? So I don't know why y'all writing. I don't know if y'all been reading up to date. My girl Summer Walker, who I am a huge fan of. I love me. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a fan of the new school R&B. Carlina said, "Girl, bye." I'm a fan of the new school R&B. Brittany said, "Nothing, child." Summer Walker had her baby father, not her husband, but her baby father's name tattooed on her face. Now they breaking up because he cheating or she ain't happy or whatever. Charity said, "Oh, never, nothing because I won't do it." Now they breaking up, but she said she keeping the tattoo. And if it's any men out there, hey, she ain't the only one. He got her name tattooed too. So what is going on? What does it take to get somebody to tattoo their name? Charity said, "Girl, never." Carlina said, "Girl, bye." Kiana said, "Absolutely nothing. It's a hard no for me." Erica said, "Nothing because I ain't doing it. But 1 million will." Charity, so you saying you would do it for $1 million? If somebody gave you $1 million, you'll tattoo? I think it's a hard no for me too. Yeah. I was disappointed, man. I mean, I know everybody go through their ups and downs, but I was shocked to see that. Not too surprised though, because these people, they be doing some crazy stuff. But shout out to Summer Walker. What's up, Quan? Welcome to the WineDown. Also in news this week is Drake and 21 Savage. If you heard his album, probably for $1 million. Brittany, come on, Brittany. If you heard Drake and 21 Savage album, put something in the chat. If you heard their album, put it in the chat. Charity says she'll take a few thousand and have it removed later. I see your vision. You know, you taking advantage of the little change. Anybody heard it? Y'all know I didn't listen to it because he was talking about my boo on there. Y'all know my boo is Megan. What's the name of the album? I forgot. What's the name of the album, y'all? I don't know, because like I said, I ain't listened to it. But he was talking about my boo, Megan Thee Stallion, and Serena Williams' husband, two of my favorite people. And I'm glad Vogue suing them. Vogue, Her Loss. Yep, the name of the album is Her Loss, Sharonda. Vogue is suing them for $4 million. I didn't listen to it because of Megan either. He ain't have to talk about that. Everybody know Quan, yep, Her Loss. Quan, did you listen to the album? What you think about the album? Angel said, girl, Angel, you know, he ain't have no business talking about, Khadijah said Drake does no wrong. He was wrong talking about my 2 passes. Nina gave me 2 passes, and Megan and Serena is 1, so he violated me twice. CC, why you say never mind? I think that's what it's called. It's called Her Loss. Her Loss. Sharonda, he said, he made folks trying to say it's a play on words, but the play on words was, what did he say about her butt shots? Something like that. Something about her being shot and it not being true. Not one damn business clout chasing. Not one damn business clout chasing. Now, ain't y'all normally understand what the hell you trying to say, but here go Quan. It's okay, but he wasn't talking about Meg. It was a play on words. He was talking about ass shots. Here we go. CC, I'm with you. Drake need an ass whipping. He needed. I knew somebody was gonna defend him, but what you think about Adidas and Ye? MF came back and said they still selling his shoes minus the name. Chuck, we done talked about Ye 2 weeks ago. Now, we're not about to be talking about Ye all day. Lies they tell. On the positive, one thing did happen or is happening. I think it's a good thing for for what's happened with Trump said he loved talking about people because he said he was talking about butt shots. Come on, y'all. Y'all go ahead and defend him if y'all want to, but y'all know what he was talking about. I knew the man was gonna come in and defend him. That's who I was waiting on. And Khadijah, my own niece, betrayed me. I'm just joking. What y'all think about Nia Long husband or fiance possibly getting a job with the New York Nets after the Boston Celtics suspended him for a year, even after they made it to the NBA Finals last year? What y'all think about that? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a fan of it. I think one man's trash is another man's treasure. Double entendre. That's the whole point. Yeah, it was a double entendre. So he was talking about the butt shots and the shots, the double. But he trying to play both sides of the coin. Yeah. They did hire somebody else. That man is innocent. Yeah. I didn't know they hired somebody else. I think it's a good move. I'm trying to say F them folks. Yeah, I thought that they hired him, or not hired him, but I just read that they was under contracts for him. Anyway, I'm rooting for him. I mean, Neil long enough forgave him, so I know using us being mad. Wordplay. I don't know who 47 Text Mate 47 is, so if you want to say your name so we can acknowledge you, that'd be good. Hey, Shay done made it to the WineDown. ESPN said otherwise. Okay. Well, that's cool then. I just got my update off the Shade Room, but hey, ESPN probably got the most recent update. But without further ado, I would like to introduce you guys and talk to you guys about the purpose we are here tonight. I'm so excited. We have our first business expert, Mr. Earl Roberts. So Earl is a friend of mine. I've known Earl, like I said, for a long time. We was talking the other day, didn't even realize like where we actually met at. There go Earl. Because he's just been a part of my life for so long. Earl started his business as a private caterer. So he started going vegan, doing some private catering for people, elevated that into Earl dinner parties, which was dope. He was cooking for the likes of Fantasia, Chrisette Michelle, a lot of artists, just doing really big things. And then he took that platform and made Feed Your Dreams. Y'all see me, I'm in my Feed Your Dreams hoodie right now. Earl in his Feed Your Dreams sweater. Hey, Earl, just so you know, I bought my outfit when you first started promoting, because that's how we support each other. When you first went on sale, I bought an outfit for me and my wife, and I'm rocking my Feed Your Dreams sweater, and Nina's wearing hers downstairs too. So shout out to Earl. I know there's some people on here that know Earl. If you know Earl, show Earl some love so he can know he is a member and family member on the on the WineDown Wednesday crew. So Earl took his Earl dinner party and he elevated that to Feed Your Dreams, and now his clothes is in major department stores right now. So congratulations to you, Earl. Give a shout out, give some love to the WineDown crew.
Appreciate it.
So Earl, tell us a little bit about yourself for the people who don't know who you are.
Oh, I'm Earl, real big brother.
Yes.
I grew up in Atlanta. I've been most of my life. I moved here from New York when I was younger. So I grew up in Atlanta, Cobb County, Fulton County, and Douglas County. So those are my stomping grounds. Other than that, hustling. I always was into art. I was always into making stuff. So that's how I ended up kind of with ideas and the things that I have came up with or doing.
So tell us a little bit about some of the stuff you're doing, and while you're doing that, I gotta go and grab my notebook. But if you could just tell us a little bit about stuff that you are doing with Feed Your Dreams and with the other businesses that you have.
Okay. Well, about that, of course, I know there's a clothing line called Feed Your Dreams. You see it, you can follow me. That's one of the things I'm doing is dreams, and then I'm actually gonna make it a campaign So we're going to be doing other things like in communities, probably even go to football games, support kids, the youth, probably do bowling. I'm going to do Feed Your Dream Fitness. I got health coaches that's going to do like, a cycling class or maybe some one day kids might get involved with some churches, that type of stuff. I'm not going to say so much on politics, because I don't want to Feed Your Dream on flip sides with all the other stuff that goes on with, politics. Because somebody asked me that, like, won't you be something like a politician? I said, no, because I want everybody to feed his dreams because it means something to everybody. And so with that, but other than that, I'm always going to I'm thinking about getting into school systems, colleges, all that type of stuff I want to be more involved in and, build a team from there.
Earl, tell me if I'm wrong, but when you first started doing catering at Earl's dinner parties, you was trying to introduce people to the vegan lifestyle or what you was transitioning to. Am I right or wrong on that purpose?
No, I accidentally got into vegan. My concept of food, I wanted to teach people it's a different way to enjoy food, because we live in a place now that everything is fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of want it now. If you go out to eat, you want it right now. If you want the shoes, you want it right now. What you want right now. So to me, my idea of my way coming from food, I was tired of going out. I wanted to learn stuff. So I played with stuff. I did a lot of different stuff. One of the first things I made that I didn't even know, like I had jerk chicken, also like burritos. So I made a jerk chicken burrito wrap, and everybody was like, imagine a plate of a jerk chicken with plantains, rice and peas, all that wrapped in a burrito. So I played with different ideas. So my concept came from that. So what happened was when I was starting to change my diet and trying to stay away from stuff I couldn't eat, I did the same thing. I didn't want to, because imagine this way before Slutty Vegan or the Impossible Burger and that type of stuff. When people want to eat healthy, reason why we didn't eat healthy because it tastes nasty.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the same concept and said, what if I play with this? It's funny because some of the stuff I play with now, people hit me up. It's like, you was doing that first, like the buffalo cauliflower.
Mm-hmm.
I lemon pepper cauliflower wings, buffalo cauliflower wing, honey barbecue. And then now I was doing oyster mushrooms. Now fried oyster mushrooms is a thing. But I played with these things all the time because it was like, look, the truth is our palate, same thing with clothing that goes hand in hand. Our palate has a taste for something. So what's underneath that, we kind of care. If you think about it, if you chicken, you want it fried, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how you want to taste that chicken, you already put in your concept, I'm looking for a fried crunch. Same thing I did with vegetables. If you want to try food, try a fried vegetable. You see what I'm saying? So I played with different stuff. So that's where that came from with the food.
So what made you take your passion for food and put that into a clothing line like Feed Your Dreams?
Same concept.
Yeah.
We already know the story. I lost 100 pounds. Not just putting it out there, but I recently lost 100 pounds.
Congratulations on that. I know that, but I know a lot of people that's online right now don't know that. So congratulations to you. I know that took a lot of sacrifice and effort.
Yeah, so I've been doing a whole bunch of cleaning, mental, spiritual cleaning, all kinds of stuff, right? Not all kinds of things, but that's where the whole hair grew and different weird. So anyway, with that being said, is when I was bigger, I liked nice things. Mm-hmm. But up until early 2000s or mid 2000s, big and tall, you was able to find that in a lot of stores. But back then, unless you wore a Rockaware or Polo, you weren't finding those 3X, 4X shirt. So what I do is mimic those kind of styles, and I go home and go to Michael's and go get some shirts, and I iron press and make my own shirts. So only thing I did different now that I've did this before is started my own brand. Same concept. Only thing that's funny now is I actually lost the weight and I could wear whatever, but I took the same concept and put it in my own clothes. And the is even with my clothes that's specially designed the way I'm making a design, I do big people and small people. Uh-huh. That's where it was, is I always in the fashion, it was just clothes, either I couldn't afford it or they didn't have my size. I went home and made a shirt. And so now you fast forward now, I still have the same concept.
Yeah. One thing for sure about you always, Earl. One thing about Earl for sure. Two things actually. Three things. He was gonna be quiet in the corner. He was gonna be sharp, and he was gonna make you laugh. If you found yourself around his energy, he was gonna make you laugh. But the first thing you always knew was Big Earl was gonna be fly, and that's something that definitely translated into the clothes that you have right now, because I've seen your displays, and if you haven't seen it, go to Feed Your Dreams. Follow Feed Your Dreams on Instagram. You can follow Earl on Facebook and his social media platforms. When did you say? I know you got your website coming soon. When is your website coming?
Friday.
This Friday.
Black
So he
Friday.
don't just have hoodies like this. He has like the sweater he have, but the quality of this hoodie is. I've had this hoodie for about 2 years or so. Like, I think I bought this in 2019, 2020, and me and Nina both have them, and we both wear them. And I got the shorts too. I think Nina got the sweatpants, but great quality on these hoodies. They were great prices, and then I like the way that you style them with the different types of shoes. Like, you like make it so swagged out. So all the different colored hoodies that you have, you match them with different kind of shoes, and it's just some different ideas that you show on your site. So if you guys aren't following Earl, follow him on his different platforms. Feed Your Dreams. And is it Feed Your Dreams on Facebook too, Earl?
Yeah, Feed Your Dreams on both of them.
Yeah, follow Earl. You will definitely see the different styles, because it's not just hoodies like this. He have different type of shirts, tanks, shorts, pants. I thought I seen some pajamas at one point.
And, the hoodie dresses for women. I got the
the hoodie dresses for women, definitely. So Earl, we've been talking a lot about Feed Your Dreams, but how did it actually come about?
Like I said, I was cooking, and this is a girl that I know. I should have hit her up and told her I was gonna be here. Her name is Bex Exclusive, and she's done stuff for like all the not young jock. What's the dude name out of Memphis? Rapper Yo Gotti. For Ludacris. She's done like big people, superb grooming. She does logos for a lot of big people, and then even their clothing line and stuff, right? So she saw that I was crafting about me cooking. I try to plate it and put it on Facebook. And she said, I like what you're doing. I like your energy. So she came out with a logo, which was Earl's Dinner Party. And if you go to my Earl's Dinner Party page, you would see the spoon and the fork. So when she did the logo, I was like, oh, that's dope. I appreciate it. She was like, I said, how much I owe you? She said, nothing. Now, she charges anywhere from $700 to $2,500 for a logo. So she did it for free. So she does a lot of stuff like 501(c) type stuff. So she was like, Earl, can you do me a favor? I said, yeah, what's going on? She said, if you can cook or cater my event, I could give you 2 or 3 logos. And I was like, what? And mind you, I don't have no idea for no more logos. I just do Earl's Dinner Party. So I thought about it. What's the concept for the people who I do my dinner parties for? What can they take from here? I said, a shirt. And at first it was Earl's Dinner Party shirt. And then I thought about the second logo. And I said, you know what? What's so important about what I'm doing? And I thought about it. I was playing around cooking that turned into an idea that everybody trusted me to come to my party to eat my food and to have fun, right? And people was coming out. Your sister, Sharonda came a few times. It went from maybe 10 people to hundreds of people coming. So I was like, oh, snap. So that's where Feed Your Dreams was. It's like you had an idea, because the concept behind Feed Your Dreams, everybody, I didn't know people asked me this, but where Feed Your Dreams came from is everybody born with a gift, right? Bible even says the gift comes without repentance. Whatever it is, everybody has a gift, right? And also everybody has an idea. Go back to the Bible where he says, write the vision, make it plain. The other part that we have is most of us won't create the idea or won't do nothing with it because we leave it as an idea. Either we don't know what we're doing or we don't want to talk about it because we already full of what we're doing, even though we don't like what we're doing, right? Because remember, since we said I didn't want to go about this, but remember I was a barber thinking I can cook, right? So now I'm cutting somebody and thinking I can cook. Now guess what happened? I'm cooking, and there's some people trusted me till I end up cooking for somebody like Fantasia. I'm sitting, I'm a barber who think he can cook, right? Nobody taught me how to cook. I'm just playing with it. Till now somebody said, I like your food. I want you to cook for somebody, me not knowing. Boom, I'm cooking for Fantasia.
Hello.
But that being said, that was me feeding my dreams. That was a dream of me to just play and cook. I would just go to somebody's house and cook for them. That's what I did, right? Come to your house and cook and look at you and see how you like it. Like, I tried something, what you like. So how I come up with an idea, tell somebody, which is shout out to Derek Blanks. That's who gave me the opportunity to cook for Fantasia. He was doing my wedding photos. So I messed around, so my engagement photos. So I gave him one of my burritos I was telling you about. He said, this is good, bro. And called me. He was like, can you cook for this photo shoot? Boom. Go in there. It's Fantasia. Fantasia said, oh, my God, you cooked this? I love this. Watch this. She said, where's your restaurant? I don't have a restaurant.
I'm just a guy.
Just trying to see if I... So that being said is if you take these small concepts, which is your ideas, and you actually try something with them, you don't have to be great at it. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't even have to be perfect at it. All these things I did, I wasn't perfect at it. I just tried. And it was one of those things like, if you got to go in there with the attitude, with the 50-50, it may or may not work. Right? So I did it. And when I did it, it worked. And just like I did with Feed Your Dreams, with the Earl's dinner party, I did that with the shirt. Mm-hmm. Pandemic happened and I put it out there. Before you know it, you seen it when I did the Facebook Live. I took the money that they gave us, the little $600 check, and I put it all in the Feed Your Dreams. Wow. And hey, I sold out of that stuff in a week.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I just tried it with different colors to see how that looked, maybe. And it worked. So to me, where you ask where this come from is Feed Your Dreams. It's like, if you have a dream, go after it.
Yes.
Don't talk about what you don't have, because we know we live in a time now where people keep talking about what they don't have. I've been to almost 20 funerals since the pandemic. 20 funerals. And I ain't talking about just old people. I'm talking about 30, 23. You know? Yeah. And I had to think about it. I said, so would I die with all my ideas without even trying?
Oh, you come on, word.
And like, if I'm a die,
preach tonight, Earl.
Let me die going after something I believe in.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, if you shouldn't be scared to do nothing after the pandemic happened. Like whatever. Nobody I know lived in something like this before. So try now. When are you gonna try? So that's where my dreams come from. It's like, hold on, man, I ain't got nothing to lose at this point.
Hey, you know what? It's so we talk about this all the time on the WineDown crew. It don't matter where you start from. You can all you got to do is put one foot in front of another, and you are a living example of that. And I told you this the other day how excited I am to be a part of your development and just to know you during this time, because like I say, I'm just a regular person. You just a regular dude who decided to take a chance at what you believed in and gave yourself a chance. This dude, if y'all missed it, this dude said he took his $600 check that the government gave him and put that into believing in himself and starting his business, and now his clothing are actually on major shoe stores. Man, that's amazing, y'all. Give it up for Earl. If that's the only thing you got out of this tonight, and he dropped a lot of nuggets, but if y'all only got that out tonight, that was a lot, Earl. That's amazing, and big ups to you, and I'm really, really, really proud of you and excited for you too. And I'm more excited for you because I just see how big you're gonna get with Feed Your Dreams, and how many people you're gonna touch. You already inspiring thousands of people. So definitely just wanted to show you some love. But I got another question for you. A lot of people see where you are right now, and you told your story, but a lot of people don't know that story. You know what I mean? But as an entrepreneur, we know that there are times when, that arrow is not always pointing upwards. Sometimes that arrow is pointing downwards. And it seems like you don't know when you're going to come out of that hole. What propels you to continue climbing and working on and believing in yourself, having a confidence when all you seeing is that downward pointing arrow?
Uh, that's because I hit rock bottom before.
Mm-hmm.
And once you hit rock bottom, mentally, right, you can hit rock bottom physically. And I can honestly say it, I didn't scale that fence several times. Like physically, with 2019, I think it was probably one of my worst years. I had just turned 40 and all this other stuff was going on, digestive system and all that. But when I turned 30, I hit rock bottom up here. Like it was like suicidal type rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I can shout him out, Pastor Anthony Murray. I ran into him. I was heading to a barbershop that's when the recession hit. I had just got my CDLs and the trucking company was messing up. So they sent me back home. So I was like, what am I gonna do? So I'm gonna try to go cut hair. And I move out, mind you, on my 30th birthday, I had to move out of my apartment, move back with my parents and sleep in my brother's twin bed. He had a house. So that, and I ran into Pastor Anthony. I was going to the shop on the way to this other shop trying to find a job. And I was just saying, hey, he said, man, you've been on my mind. He ran to me and gave me $50. And he didn't know that I needed it because I'm just smiling. And I was like, thank you. And I looked at that $50 and I was broke. I ain't had no gas in the car or nothing. And I was like, God, this is going to be the last $50 I ever have to spend. I folded it and put it in my pocket. And that $50 never touched. Matter of fact, I increased it to 100. That $50 lasted almost 10 years without me touching it. So once you figure out where your rock bottom is, because nobody can tell you rock bottom, but you know your bottom. Once you figure out your rock bottom, you do anything in your will not to go back there. It's like with women, if you date that one dude that did you wrong, he doggone and knocked you up or gave you an STD or sent you to jail or made you lose your job, you know I would never date somebody to go back to that feeling. You know what I'm saying? So with that right there, once I know that feeling when I was 30, I said, no, I'm not going back there. Like I literally lost my grandma, even my dog. You know how people are like, you lost your dog? I had that 13 years. My dog died, my grandma died, I lost my job, and I'm sleeping on the dog on twin bed. Feet hanging off the side of the bed. Hey, so after that, I said, yeah, I'm not coming back here no more. And I never went back there. Have I had times when I broke? Yeah. Have I had times when I was down? Yes. But I've never been back there. Now it's that long as I'm here, I have potential. Like I watched a girl on Instagram. And then this is what I can say, and I can help people out. If you want something, what you want. So I give you an example. I see people say they want a date, right? They want a husband or wife or whatever. But they talk about how bad it is in dating. Ain't nothing good out here. I'm not going to think like that because I'm only thinking about what I want. So I can't talk bad about it, right? If I want a nice job, I ain't going to sit there and say ain't nobody hiring. I was like, I just ain't found that job yet. So you can't live in that negative thinking. You really got to build up from that and say, look, this is where I'm going to go after. This is where I'm going to go to. And if you fight for your destination, you will get there. Like every time, and the funny part is, once you get there, you're going to change destination. Like what I told you. I was just seeing if I can make that $600 back.
Yes.
Since that's old, I made $2,300 off that $600.
Yes.
Right? I already know what I did, bought more stuff. So that's what kept me going. It's like if I saw what it can do, so that means I'm a believer because a lot of people thought I went after everybody I know. Hey, man, once you buy my shirt. No, I went after people I didn't know. I was in the street talking to people. Hey, man, I got a company. Hey, I got a company. And guess what's funny? I still do that to today. I go out there every day and talk like, I'm still trying to sell this one shirt.
Got to.
So that's what encourages me. It's like we live in this world and we make ourselves small. Like we put ourselves around the 20 people and then judge our life off the 20 people when you ain't even been 2 counties over from where you live at. Like when the last time if you live in Tennessee and you live in Nashville, when the last time you been to Memphis? When the last time you been to Chattanooga? You don't talking about Memphis. You ain't even been to, you ain't even been up or down. If I live in Atlanta, if I'm only talking about Atlanta with my business ideas, with my dating ideas, like when the last time you been to Savannah? Have you been to Macon? No, you just complaining about what's around you. You got to change.
You got to change your environment. Absolutely. We had a mindset session on the WineDown about 3 weeks ago. We're going to start doing mindset because you said it, man. It starts in the mind. If you, life and death is in the power of the tongue. And if you speak life into your dreams, if you speak life into the things that you want, you can start and actually start to execute. You can't just, faith without works is dead. You can't just believe it and not do no work behind it. But if you speak life into what you're doing, you're likely to succeed. But if you're thinking about dating and you saying ain't nothing but trash out here in this world, if you're looking for a job and you say ain't nobody hiring and don't nobody want to pay, that's the type of stuff that you're gonna get. I thought that was a word, Earl. You, hey, come on. I didn't know you was a preacher. I kind of figured you probably had a little bit in you, though. So, Earl, I'm gonna ask you this question: where do you see, or where do you want your, I'm sorry, what do you want your legacy to be?
My legacy, I want it to be reciprocated, and I want it to be duplicated. Reciprocated meaning I don't want you to. I don't care if you don't like me, right? Like I don't live in that. I tell people this all the time. I don't live in that. Make your haters your motivators. I said make your supporters reciprocate, right? So what you want to do is I don't find this dude to say, man, Earl, I think he gonna make it big selling t-shirts. Hey man, the dude hated on you. So with that, I don't care about that, right? But the other part I care about is the supporters, right? That's what thriving. If you put it like this, when you have kids or you have a dog, right? Do you care about what Lassie doing across the street, or you focus on making sure your dog don't jump out in the street? Or you see what I'm saying? That's the where I am with this. So with that being said, is I want my legacy to keep moving. I want somebody to understand what I did and say, all right, I'm gonna do better than that, right? I want it to keep pushing, thriving. Like we live in a world now where we full of self, right? I'm a selfless kind of dude, right? And I know one part you got to be selfish, especially when it comes to business, which I'm learning the hard way. It's like, I would rather give all y'all my clothes, especially if I know you. But it was like, you know how many people correct me? Man, how much is the shirt? I'm like, no, just take it, man. How much? You be like, you're right. Right? So with that being said is, think about if your communication is good with people. If your customer service is wise, if your wisdom have meaning, if your words have meaning. Because a lot of times we could say stuff and you could buy a nice body. You could say some stuff and it could get by. But how many of your words really have meaning? You know, agape love, unconditional love for people. Because now we want things more than we want people. And the other part is that's scary. Imagine if we took away all the things and all the people, and we just have things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get on social media to post and I talk to people, you know, I inbox people and talk to them. But I'm in the streets every day talking to new people. Most of my followers that you'll start seeing on my feature dreams, matter of fact, 2 of them, I got 2 new followers today. I met them in the streets. I didn't meet them on social media. We told them about social media, but now you got people who will go to the class. I don't go to the club or none of that because you're a club and it's literally about you. I'm gonna put this camera in my face and make it about me. Can I buy you a drink? Ew. You know, oh man, she tripping. Hey man, show me smoking this blunt. Gang. Let me talk to the people next to me. You'll never know what somebody or you can give somebody. I went in that shoe store, Athlete's Foot. I was in there looking at shoes. Now, what if I'd ignored the dude that I didn't even know was the owner? What if I was looking at my phone talking about I'm finna get these shoes and he trying to talk to me? But because I had a conversation and we communicated, now my clothes is on display at Athlete's Foot. That's the way God intended it. He didn't intended us for just waiting for somebody to give us a blessing. No, sometimes you got to be a blessing. And that's where I'm at.
Yes. You got to be a blessing. Oh my God. You gave me way more than I expected tonight. One thing I always say, you know, coming up, Navy, whatever, you always have hate. It's always going to be somebody that's going to speak. But I always said, I'm not going to focus on the haters. I want to focus on the people who are giving me the knowledge, who's giving me the tools, who's lifting me up. And that's where I want to put my energy. And I'm glad that we connect on that same mindset, because it's so many people, whether you want to accept it or believe it or not, it's more people that's rooting for you than it is hating for you. But if you spend all that energy focusing on the haters, you going to miss, first of all, you going to miss your blessing. But because you ain't going to reach it looking in that direction. But you got a lot of people lifting you up, so let that energy propel you. And also, you also said, take yourself out of your surroundings. If you want to grow, you not gonna grow doing the same things you've been doing. Take yourself out of Atlanta, just Atlanta. Go to Savannah. As an entrepreneur, as a business person, I know for a fact you gotta start talking to people that you don't know.
Look, I got a story for that.
Go ahead.
I went to me and my wife went to London. I'm a Panthers fan. We went to London and watched the Panthers and Tampa Bay play. And I was out there chilling, and the dude was on the skateboard. He said, "Hey, Mike, I like that shirt, Mike." And I was looking, I was like, "This shirt?" He's like, "Yeah." I had a Feed Your Dream shirt on. Now, this is when I was bigger. It was cold outside. I took my shirt off in front of everybody and gave it to him. He was like, "Oh my God, this is lit." So to me, that's just me being the guy I am. Man, that man ended up following me, and he wore that shirt all the time in London. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, those little snippets, you never know their connections. So that's why it's like you said, you go somewhere, because you always take, this how you know you have a problem. If you go somewhere, if you go out of town and you complain about people again.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's you.
That's all you say. I ain't crazy. You crazy. I don't even know you.
Yeah, left your whole state, your whole country, and now they still the same people. No, bro, it's you.
So if I can say anything about the business side, is understand people. The logistics of any business is studying your demographics, who you selling to, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think a drug dealer would be trying to go to church and sell his dope, right? I don't think Burger King or Popeyes was set up in an all-vegan neighborhood, right? So when you look at this concept as an entrepreneur, because we're not a business, right? So we don't have a team to think like this. The best branding you can do is be a people person. Like, I'm more of an introvert. Like me and you, I could talk. When I go out to the people, I don't know how to talk. So you know what I do? I become an image consultant. Like, I make sure I look neat. So before you know it, somebody starts a conversation with me, right? And now I have your attention. Just like beauty. If a chick walk by, if a car drive by, you'll make a conversation if the car look nice, right? So when you do that, you put on the image of what are you trying to sell. So if I was to tell somebody a business side is always put yourself in a marketing loving campaign. That's why Chick-fil-A sell all the sandwiches. Not that their sandwiches are so good, but their customer service is superb. Mm-hmm. I have Chick-fil-A I didn't like yet, or like a Publix. You go in there and how you doing? Everything's good. You make an order. All right, what's your name, Earl? Thank you. I love that hat. You be like, dang, appreciate it. It makes you feel good. Mm-hmm. So you go into life thinking, I always tell people, if you're going into business and you're going to make some money, then you might as well stay where you're at, because you're going to quit the minute you ain't making no money. Yeah. Like with Feed Your Dreams, I told you the story when me and you was talking. When I made that money at first, I was like, I'm doing it. Before you know it, I had a closet full of clothes and ain't nobody buying nothing. And it's like, hold on, what happened to all this stuff I was making at first? But I made it again. So you know what I did? Every time somebody bought something, I always gave them an extra shirt or something. And before you know it, people was coming back to me, man. I saw your somebody with your hoodie on. I saw somebody with your t-shirt on. Now everybody's paying attention. So it's the same concept with business, but as an entrepreneur, you always got to be a people person first, right? God didn't put you on here just for you. You know what I'm saying? So I always look at that. It's like, look, if you take all the money out, we need people. If you take all the food out, we need people. If you get sick, you need a person. You know what I'm saying? Even robots need people. So with that, sell that first. So if I always tell somebody they want to get in business, how well are you with people? Because do you get mad when somebody upsets you immediately and now you want to cuss everybody out? Then you need to fix you first.
Yes. Before I ask my next question, we kind of getting late in the night. In the chat, if you guys have any questions for Earl, go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I'm definitely going to come back and read all the questions to give Earl an opportunity to answer those questions. But Earl, I got another question for you as people are starting to write their questions in the chat. As you continue to grow, feed your dreams, are you considering any type of funding options for it? Or are you going to continue to try to self-fund?
Right now I'm a self-fund, but I'm like, people ask me this all the time, you know, like, would you sell the brand and all this other stuff? Like I told you, I'm an artsy guy. And so right now, this is literally one of probably 4 things I want to do. So right now, I'm going to put all I want into it first. And if funding comes behind that, yes, because, you know, once people put funding, they start critiquing and want, you know, what they can do to change it. And right now, I don't want to change it. And the only thing I probably want is make sure the fabric looks good, fit, you know, like you said, lasts long, and the logo remains the same, and the message behind it remains the same. So right now, far as funding, no, you know, other than less bank loans or something. But right now, I just literally, I like the way it's growing. It's growing organic. You know, I'm not buying, I haven't did any ads yet. I'm probably going to do it eventually, but I haven't even paid for any ads. This is literally a word of mouth company right now.
Let me see. I haven't got any questions yet. So my next, and I think this will be my last question if we don't have any other questions. What advice would you leave? I know you've given a lot of nuggets tonight. Anybody who listened, the replay will be available. Replay will also be available on my YouTube channel tomorrow or probably the next day. But what advice would you leave to a young entrepreneur who is starting out their business?
The first one I would say is understand this might not be the last thing you think of. So don't go in and lose your mind if it doesn't work. That's the first thing. So go in, give it all you got, but if it don't work, it's okay. It's been okay, and you will be okay. Second thing is, it's like pursuit of happiness. Make sure you're happy every time you do it, right? Just say, you know how many times I said, I remember I went to these vendors and I want, you know, I vended, you know, it was a vendor. And of course my goal was to go in there and sell 100 shirts, right? And I don't, but I was so excited about the 2 people who came to the table and bought a shirt.
Yeah.
Like, you got to make everything count. Every sale means something,
yes.
right? And count. Don't complain about your failures. Work on your failures, but don't complain. Don't stay there. And then, like I said, if it don't make sense eventually, and you know you got to close doors, don't give up on your dreams, because your dreams come in, you know, just like a book. A book got plenty of chapters. That might have been one idea, but don't mean you have to give up. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was a barber that I was trying to be a barber and then became a barber. And then I tried to be a cook. You know what I'm saying? So I always tried things. I did a dinner party 2010, and I did one of my parties, and I rented out this event hall for like $2,000. 3 people came. You see what I'm saying? I quit, but 10 years later, I did Earl's dinner party, and a lot of people came.
Yeah.
So it's not that have to be over. You can take a break from it. That doesn't mean it have to be over. It might be just a bad timing.
Yeah, and the evolution. You're absolutely right. Like, your dream is not finite. It's continually growing, and it'll continue to evolve as long as you're willing to evolve it. So that was awesome. We do have a couple of questions from the chat. So Carlina said, are you working solo or have you begun to develop a team?
I'm actually developed a team, but I've been solo. So now, you know, stuff is starting to take off. That's another reason why I wasn't ready for the website, because I have to be honest. I have a bunch of ideas, but I'm not super smart with some of this stuff, you know, the drop shipping and all the stuff I'm learning now. So I got a team of people who know this type of stuff. So I'm actually building a team, should I say. Yeah, so I won't be working solo probably in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, man, this business stuff is a trial and error, and it's not enough people like you who are willing to share knowledge for free to help everybody, you know, come up on game. So just like, you know, we both are, in a situation where we're trying to be the best, trying to help as many people, bring as many people up as we can. But there is no clear roadmap to this business stuff. So keep grinding, Earl. There's a few more questions in the chat.
That's
Somebody
what,
remember prom. Huh?
so somebody said something about trademarked it. You know.
So she said, Shonda said, how can we order your clothes? How can we get your stuff?
Well, right now, I've been inboxing. So remember I told you I've been word of mouth. But the website should be down. Yeah. And then somebody's asking about LL. Look, I'll let you read them all because they coming fast. But yeah, the website will be November 25th.
But right now, social media, hit you up on social media. All right. Charity said that's one I am scared of putting all my efforts and then realizing that it won't work no matter. Yeah, you got to give yourself a shot, Charity. I mean, for those of you who don't know, Charity is in the Philippines right now. She's always supportive. Charity helped me with my social media. Matter of fact, Charity is my social media branding. And she is very, very talented, and I'm doing all I can to help her grow her business as she's comfortable. So, or she may be somebody that can help you. I can talk to you about that on the sidelines because she's very, very talented. Rainey said, how did you find the right vendor to mass produce your design?
Trial and error. That's that. I can't tell somebody what work. And I'm one of them ones. You know, I always pass over. You know, to the next thing. You know, it's a few vendors that you can order. You don't have to buy in bundle. You can buy single things. I always tell people to try that first, because when I was doing it, man, I had people call back, man, I appreciate that, man, but the pocket, as soon as I put my keys in the pocket, it came off, or this came off, and it was like, oh snap. So I can't tell somebody there's one thing that'll work. You know what I'm saying? You literally just gonna have to try it, because some product could sell a woman's t-shirt and it fits way better, but that brand doesn't sell a good man shirt or a good crew neck or a good, whatever you're looking for. So I always say trial and error. And if you can inbox me, and if I can send you some of the sites I played with, but you're just gonna have to keep going with that one.
Shrunk said, do you remember the prom? I don't know what that's
about.
I
did an Earl's dinner party at Adult Prom. Look, prime example. Oh. That was one of my first dinner parties, and I ran into Lil Zane at Atlantic Station, and I invited him. He was like, man, I ain't even go to my own prom, and he ended up being one of my guests. That was one of Sharonda was at my first dinner party. So I was one, I told you, I go out there and I talk to people, and you never know.
Yes, outside. Ronnie said, do you have a patent on your designs?
I have a patent and a trademark.
Yes. Okay. I don't know. Mr. Munty said, my brother is still growing. Nina said, you are inspiration. You are the perfect definition of when preparation meets opportunity with the side of a good attitude. So little love from the crowd. Ronnie asked, do you have a LLC?
LLC? I do, but I don't. I don't have the LLC on that because I had to make sure, which is more important, because LLC, it really protects you from like state. But what I have is a trademark and patent, which nobody can use Feed Your Dreams or the logo on the merchandise. So I've realized that was way more important, because the LLC is just literally more for tax purposes and banking purposes, but it's not going to protect you if somebody wants to sue you for this. So I can do like Gucci. Like if somebody had a Gucci on their thing, they can sue them. I could sue somebody for wearing this. A LLC wouldn't allow me to sue somebody for this. So, like I said, I studied. I can tell you a little bit about the LLC. Is literally for tax purposes and help you with banking and stuff like that. And you want to start a business that protects you, so it protects your name versus your brand. A patent and a trademark protects your brand.
Yes. Angel said that you are inspiring beyond words, and then X Apparel said so true. Randy said he has so many shirt designs. Shelly said that was a good one. I think she was talking about your prom, the adult prom.
Oh yeah.
When he came up. And then Randy said thanks, and Focus said let's go. So
that's my cousin.
What up,
I ain't gonna put him out there, but he knew Trina. He know Trina from from back. That's Trina homegirl, brand. Oh, Focus, my bad. He's a,
Oh, Focus. Okay.
he moved here. He's a it sound crazy because when you say this in Atlanta, he's a rapper, but he's done a few things. They've been on the radio and everything, and his stuff be going crazy too. So
yes,
same thing. He came here from North Carolina and literally went straight to it.
and shout out, but follow Focus. If y'all don't know Focus, I gotta follow Focus so I can check him out.
Yeah.
Listen to some of his stuff on it. We on the WineDown. We are super supportive. We always support our group, our members. We always show love to what people are doing here. So, for those of you who don't know what the WineDown is, we are a group of people who are building each other up, who's trying to grow a community of Black and brown people across this country and try to make each other better. Every week we are here on Wednesday nights, 5:30 Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern time. Come out, have a good time, and also be ready for some good information. Be ready to share some good information. So, Earl, you got any final words?
What's my final word? Just everybody follow me at _ Feed Your Dreams and while supplies last. I would say that. If they send $25, I'll send them a shirt.
All right, $25 for a shirt. Y'all better get your Feed Your Dreams shirt.
That's why I said while supplies last. A T-shirt or a hoodie, I'm sending for $20. I mean $25.
Hey,
they gotta follow, inbox me, let me know they saw me on here.
Hey, if you see, you seeing them on the WineDown Wednesday. Earl coming up. I'm getting me a few shirts. I'm gonna get me a few more because I just want to put some more in the rotation for you, brother. I just want to let people see me in the Feed Your Dream shirts.
What up, Riz?
Yeah. So
pleasure being on here, man.
Thank you for coming, Earl. I think that the crew was really excited to have you. Definitely shared a lot of nuggets. Everybody is WineDown Wednesday every week. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ronesha Nation, broker owner of Our Nation Realty. If you know anybody looking to buy and sell real estate across the nation, please feel free to hit me up.
Across the nation, huh?
Across the nation, Our Nation Realty. That's what we do, baby. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Hey, next week I will be the expert. We'll be talking about real estate. Following week will be Thanksgiving, so we will not be having WineDown Wednesday. And then come back on November 30th. I'll have my brother Jay Council. He is the author of Rich Kid Biz, where he is teaching kids about financial literacy. He has volume 1 and volume 2. His book can be found on Amazon. So we are growing and we are developing people here on the WineDown, and I look forward to you guys coming back and being a part of it with us. Thank you so much for being here, Earl.
Thank you.
Hey, it was a pleasure. Anybody got any more future questions for Earl? Hit him up on his social media or hit me up in my inbox. And we'll be happy to get those. I will be happy to get those questions to Earl for you. And see you guys next week. Peace.